Hello. Hi, this is Lucy, and I wanted to show you today's paper craft, holiday paper craft from my blog, Paper Glitter Glue. And these are little paper gingerbread ornaments, and I painted them with gingerbread paint that I made yesterday, and they smell good. And I just wanted to show you how to make them, and also kind of want to confess sort of some of my mistakes so you can avoid them or not worry about them. Alrighty, so this is another paper craft. And let me show you. This is the basic shape of the little gingerbread man. And it is, it's actually 2 layers of cardboard. I made some of them with just 1 layer, but I think they have more of a cookie appearance if they're 2 layers. So, and then I primed it, and then I painted it with the brown paint, this brown paint, which was one of the paints I added to the gingerbread paint. So here is the gingerbread paint, and I'm going to show you how to apply it. And it's pretty thick. You can add water, or you could add more paint to make it thinner. And I'll show you some of the problems with it, and like I said, I'll show you some of my rejects. All right, so I made a bunch today, and I was like, how do you get this paint on? When I made the gingerbread house, I could smear it on and flatten it, but it's much harder on this, on a little kind of rounded piece. The gingerbread house has got squared off corners. I could mask the corners and stuff, but I couldn't really figure out, the palette knife just didn't do right. Okay, so what I came up with was kind of swirling it around and smearing it, so it's a pretty decent layer. The thicker the layer, the better the scent. You'll have a stronger smell, you'll have a stronger aroma, but I'll show you what happens. It's kind of lumpy. So I just kind of smear it around like this and get a pretty good layer. Okay, so that one's pretty good. And let me show you some of the others that I made. This one was actually too thick, and then I mixed it with some paint, and it made a nice layer. And this one is a thicker layer, and still worked. And this is like a good thickness of paint. This one's pretty thin, but still, it's got some aroma to it. All right, so let's go to the problem ones. There are always some rejects when you're experimenting with stuff. Okay, I was determined to make them thick, and then I got this kind of gruesome thing here. It's really thick. I don't know, it might work, but it's just that the lumps in the gingerbread paint where the spices kind of were not evenly distributed. That one's pretty good. I can use that one, and this one too. But you can see it's just not even. And so I tried by swirling it, I made it a little more even. Okay, so the next thing is, how do you get the royal icing effect? Well, first you try not to drop something on it. I dropped another gingerbread thing like right on this one. And this one kind of looks like a zombie. I messed up the mouth, but after I did it for a little while, I got better at it. So I'm going to show you. I used this light modeling paste. I found it at one of my craft stores, and I'll have a link in my blog to show if you want to buy it online. Light modeling paste, and it's by Liquitex. And I put it in an icing bag with a disposable tip. Oops, there we go. All right, so it's just in an icing bag. And then you just do it just like you do royal icing on a real cookie. So there's one eye, 2 eye. The mouth is usually where I mess up. Nope. Pretty good. And then I like a little squiggle out here. Not the greatest squiggle. When you do icing more often, that one's a reject for sure. then you get better at your squiggles. Okay, he's not wonderful, but he's okay. Let's see if we can do better with the second one. Got an idea. Scrunch that up so it's not interfering. Okay. Wish me luck. Eye, mouth, squiggle, squiggle, leg squiggle, and another one, not great, dot, 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 and that one's okay. And so anyway, light modeling paste, and I think it looks just like royal icing. You can also use puffy paint, and that would work too. You can find that at the craft store. But I was experimenting with, I can tell that one's not going to work. So if you mess up when you push it out, try to, oh yeah. This gingerbread man is a little confused. I think I'm going to make bigger eyes to make it look a little less weird. Yep, that's a little better. Crooked smile. Oh, dots in the middle. Let's do some buttons. Okay, alrighty, so that's how you make them. 2 layers of cardboard, the pattern's on my blog. Add the, paint them with, prime them, paint them with brown paint, paint with gingerbread paint, and then use the modeling paste or puffy paint to add the royal icing. And then there was one other thing I was going to show you. I use this is a little hole puncher, but it's a tiny one. Can you see the little tiny hole? And I'll get one of the rejects. And you just put it wherever you want to punch a hole, and it goes through, and you can thread some twine through it, and you have a nice little ornament. And that's how you make these scented paper gingerbread ornaments that are easy, be fun to do with a child, messy but fun to do with a child. And I just thought you might have a little bit of fun doing that. Again, I'm Lucy, and my blog is paperglitterglue.com, and I hope you have some fun making things today. Y'all take care. Bye.